Ford stands tall as one of the most respected names in the automotive world, and when it comes to pickup trucks, nobody even comes close. But where Ford really shows its dominance is under the hood. The company's latest engine isn't just powerful, it's a mechanical beast that's leaving rival manufacturers in the dust. Ford has built some truly iconic engines over the years, many of which are still worshipped by gearheads and enthusiasts. But this newest creation? It's something else entirely. So what exactly makes this engine so special, and why is it making waves across the entire auto industry? Let's dive in. The engine is the heart and soul of any vehicle. Without it, a car is just a shell, lifeless and still. A well-engineered powertrain can turn an average model into a legend, which is why automakers put so much time and effort into getting it just right. And when it comes to legendary beginnings, Ford's story is as unique as they come. Believe it or not, the roots of this global automotive powerhouse trace back to a small apartment kitchen in Detroit. At 58 Bagley Avenue, Clara Ford ran the household, and her kitchen became the birthplace of history. While her husband, the visionary Henry Ford, cranked the flywheel and sparked the ignition, Clara carefully dropped fuel into the intake valve, one drip at a time. Then it happened. That hand-built, bare-bones engine coughed to life right there above the kitchen sink. In that moment, Henry Ford's dream took its first breath, and the journey that would change the auto industry forever had officially begun. That primitive motor was made from simple black iron tubing, drilled and shaped by hand to fit a piston barely an inch wide. It wasn't pretty, but it worked, and it sparked a legacy that would define performance for generations. The flywheel starting handle was connected by a straightforward rod and crank setup. The final components came from standard hardware and plumbing supply stores. The engine has been recreated by generations of home craftsmen as a building project, and if you want to try it yourself, plans are accessible online. Ford, however, has decided not to publish the plans for the terrifying Godzilla engine online. It is rare for a major OEM manufacturer to release an entirely new V8 engine, much less one that drives performance fanatics insane, but the Ford Motor Company did just that when it unveiled the brand new Godzilla 7.3L gasoline V8. The powerful V8 engine, designed for Super Duty vehicles, generates best-in-class torque of 475 foot-pounds at 4,000 revolutions per minute and 430 horsepower at 5,500 revolutions per minute. The most intriguing aspect of this release was how Ford essentially abandoned the modular or Coyote platform it had been working on for more than 2 decades in favor of a cam-and-block design with pushrods and wedge-style heads. The most current Ford gasoline-powered pushrod V8 was a 302 with 210 horsepower, found in the 2001 Explorer. In fact, the company hadn't made a pushrod V8 engine for exactly 20 years. The 445 cubic inch new pushrod engine is not intended for the 2021 Mustang, but it is available as a crate engine for swaps or custom builds through Ford Performance, and the aftermarket is starting to respond with performance accessories. The Godzilla engine, a heavy-duty engine that is potent, enduring, and reasonably priced to manufacture and operate, was initially conceived as an option for the F250 and other Super Duty versions. But the same characteristics that make it a potent truck engine also thrill hot rod enthusiasts. In one instance, the engine produced nearly 700 horsepower when operated normally, and 1,450 horsepower when operated with a supercharger. It's a brand new, uncompromised design made to be extremely durable. It was created by the same designer who worked on the Shelby GT 350's 5.2 and 5L intake ports. It's a brand new, uncompromised design made to be extremely durable. The revised Ford Coyote V8, which offered superior performance and economy to its predecessors, served as the foundation for the Predator. Using the original Ford 5L Coyote block as an improved version but with stronger heads, pistons, crankshafts and other parts made to tolerate high cylinder pressures, the Ford Predator V8 was created to be fitted in a range of Ford Mustangs. It has many components in common with other contemporary American performance engines, outperforming the 5.2L Voodoo V8 engine in the preceding GT 500 by more than 134 horsepower. The GT 350 lacked the characteristic V8 rumbling and engine noise that we all fell in love with in the 1980s, which is also provided by the crossplane crank. The solid block construction of the Predator V8 engine minimizes weight while boosting overall strength. In addition, the 5.2L engine's forged internals increase durability compared to competing engines and enable it to manage greater horsepower and torque. The Predator's two overhead camshafts, which are lighter than a single overhead camshaft design, increase airflow through the cylinder heads. The new Ford 5.2L aluminum cylinder head aids in weight reduction and improves cooling performance. A specifically created intake manifold with two throttle bodies is also added for better performance. The Coyote engine is no longer naturally aspirated, which distinguishes it from earlier iterations. Indeed, the era of wholly naturally aspirated engines is over due to the fact that even the Mustang now has a noisy supercharger. This may take away from the cross-plane crank V8's magnificent output, but it takes more than that to make up for the excellent performance and a ton of horsepower and torque. The Godzilla engine represents a deliberate shift back to fundamentals, a no-nonsense cam-and-block pushrod architecture prioritizing brute strength, serviceability, and cost efficiency. Its massive 7.3-liter displacement and relatively simple construction using a durable cast-iron block translate directly to immense low-end torque, essential for hauling and towing in Super Duty applications. This simplicity isn't primitive, it's strategic. The design minimizes complexity, reduces potential failure points, and keeps manufacturing and long-term ownership costs manageable. Its inherent robustness and substantial displacement make it an incredibly receptive platform for aftermarket forced induction, as evidenced by the staggering 1,450 horsepower figures achievable with supercharging. This combination of affordability, inherent strength, and massive power potential under modification has ignited the hot rod and custom vehicle scene, offering a potent modern V8 alternative that's easier to work on than intricate DOHC designs. In stark contrast, the Predator engine embodies Ford's cutting-edge performance philosophy pushed to its zenith, built upon the sophisticated dual overhead cam Coyote foundation. Its heart is a supercharger and Eaton 2.65-liter Roots-type TVS blower, force-feeding the engine to generate its earth-shattering 760-plus horsepower straight from the factory. This isn't just bolted on, the entire engine is re-engineered to handle the immense stress. The Predator's cylinder heads are masterpieces of airflow engineering, featuring massive ports and carefully shaped combustion chambers optimized for forced induction. The dual fuel system, combining both port and direct injection, ensures precise fuel delivery and cooling under extreme conditions, preventing detonation even at high boost levels. The engineering compromise to achieve this safely involved lowering the compression ratio to 9.5, 1 from the Voodoo's 12.1, allowing the supercharger to pump in more air without causing destructive pre-ignition. Every component, from the upgraded valve train to the intricate intake manifold feeding the twin 87mm throttle bodies, is purpose-built for one goal: delivering relentless, reliable supercharged power that dominates both the track and the street, setting a new benchmark for production muscle car performance. The Predator's cylinder heads are masterpieces of airflow engineering, featuring massive ports and carefully shaped combustion chambers optimized for forced induction. The dual fuel system, combining both port and direct injection, ensures precise fuel delivery and cooling under extreme conditions, preventing detonation even at high boost levels. Therefore, the choice between these mechanical titans hinges entirely on application and philosophy. The Godzilla is the unstoppable workhorse and the blank canvas, a torque monster built for durability and heavy lifting, offering surprising sophistication in its simplicity and incredible power potential for those willing to modify. The Predator is the apex predator, a technological tour de force delivering stratospheric, factory-warranted horsepower through forced induction and advanced materials, representing the pinnacle of Ford's current performance engineering for the ultimate street-legal track weapon. Both stand as testaments to Ford's enduring legacy of powertrain innovation, catering to vastly different yet equally passionate segments of the automotive world. How, therefore, did the engineers manage to rev the Voodoo V8 without blowing it up? They were able to safely increase the boost by lowering the compression ratio for this engine from 12.1 to 9.5.1. By reducing the compression and utilizing the crossplane crank, they're able to prevent detonation and cylinder failure caused by the cylinders being overpressurized. They can do much more to boost the engine now that they have the new crossplane crank. An Edelbrock TVS R2650 supercharger, which produces 760 horsepower or more, is connected to these engines. Ford engineers have been working relentlessly for years to produce the most durable engines available, and the result is the Predator. In fact, they're constructed so well that it will be very difficult to destroy one when using it normally. Which of these engines interests you the most?